Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, finally, amazing map of the day, and if I'm not wrong, I'll say this is gonna be the map of none other than the one and only Erangel, presented by Liquid 5 Esports. And beneath those things, if I talk about the map, well, the map is of totally of Erangel, and talking about the fly path. This is also gonna be very much exciting for the teams, very much exciting for the players, starting from those northeastern parts of the region ending towards those southwestern part of the region. The fly path is looking very much phenomenal to watch. At the fly path is looking very much chaotic to look forward, but similarly, if we talk about the major drop clashes, some major drop clashes like Pochinki Quarry, Ferry Pier, Sonskova military base, as well as Novo Ripno is also a pretty much decent region to watch out. Let's see how will the players, how will the teams perform out, where we can see some major outstanding bomb blasting performance from the teams and from the players. Who will be the most valuable team, as well as who will be the most valuable player of the match. This is also gonna be very much exciting to watch out at the same time. But talking about the heart of Erangel, if we talk about Pochinki, it's totally team number 13 looking forward very much strongly. Team MST 4-man standing with those 0 finishes point into the hand. Total 17 teams, 64 players are standing down the ground, and 64 players are standing right now here. 17 teams into the hand, but Primorsk, the silent region to watch out. Almost 3 to 4 teams are traveling right now there, and which is very much difficult for teams, very much difficult for the players to tackle it down, to maintain the position, because as it is a silent region, it was not expected that these many teams could come here, and these many fights at those early phases at this regions like Primorsk could be tackled down. But moving towards Livpoka, which is totally outhanded, it's totally towards eastern parts of the region. Team number 16 looking very strong. They are finally 4 men standing, haven't secured any finish point yet, but in front of them the opponents are team number 14. They are also looking team I8. They are looking 4 men standing. They haven't secured any finish point for right now. In front of them Stark Edley, Luna, Sana, 4 men standing. Team MEOW looking very strong. Vehicle have been parked. M416, the lethal weapon, and DPS, they are totally looking very much strong from that attack side. But if we talk about the defense one, well, the helmet is totally of level 1. And if we talk about the West, well, West is also looking off level. I don't think they have the West right now, but onto the other end, Team IHC, they are coming back in action. MEOW 777 has been taken down, and finally she has been eliminated right now. Luna is moving forward with that EMP-45 and AKM, and one headshot of AKM can cause a lot of trouble. Talking about Luffy having a different height advantage into his favor, I think PP9 and Bison, will it work a lot? This is a question arising right now. This is a question putting forward. 3.5 minutes are almost over. 17 teams, 61 players are standing right now. Talking about Sana, Stark Kid, and Luna, well, they are 4 men standing, have secured 1 finish point and got a decent confidence into their backpack. Will the shotgun make that large far difference? I don't think so. This is possible right now. But talking about Primorsk, coming back to Primorsk, team number 18 looking very strong. Team 4, El Salma, Zana, Enzim, Kiot looking in a great hole to watch out. Talking about team number 18, they're also looking in a good approach, good healthier start to move forward with 17 teams. 60 players are right now standing. Luna, Zezi, and Mona are still waiting on. I think this could be very much troubling. This could be very much challenging for the team, very much challenging for the players. Talking about Zana and KWT, they're also looking in a very great hole to move forward. But Luna, I think she doesn't need any kind of scope. I think the gun is only very much fulfilled for her. And team number 18 now looking in a challenging approach. Ninja, if I'm not wrong, has been taken down. Jenna is getting that revival done for the team. I think totally 3 teams are here, and it's gonna be very much difficult for each team and each players. How will they survive here? How will they maintain their legacy in this tournament? This is an important hole to watch at. And similarly, if we talk about the zone formation, there comes the phenomenal zone formation towards those southern parts of the region. Novo Ripno, Primorsk, Yasnaya Polyana, these are the region to worry out, these are the region to challenge out. But on to the another end, Pochinki, MST, Hazel, Nifty, Berry and Sejoy are four-man standing. They haven't secured any finish point yet. They're totally conquered without any fight. They have conquered Pochinki, which is called the heart of Erangel. Let's see how will they move forward. Let's see how will they play on and what will be their upholdings. But talking about Liquid 5 Esports itself, Ashi, Fury, Catalin, MEOW. Well, these are the four players standing right now. They haven't secured any finish point, but Livpoka, this is still a region to worry out. MEOW, Luna, Luffy and Baby, they are three men standing with those four finishes point, and this is what when we talk about a start, they have finally got a decent start to watch out. Four finishes point, three men standing, and this is what we were waiting for, a phenomenal start with losing one player. I'll not say this is a negative approach or a negative start to move forward with, but yes, it's a positive start. If you have secured four finishes point and just lost one player, I think it's a good one. But talking about team number 18, they are looking in a great hold, looking very silent right now, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the right time to move forward with, and I don't think it's gonna be that much easy. IHC, Rita, GS, they are also claiming down, they're also moving down, trying to escape from here, trying to escape the fight, as well as trying to get those man advantage position point as well. But talking about team NL, they are still three men standing with those two finishes point, looking in a great hold and a great approach to move forward. But 16 teams, 54 players are still standing around, and if we talk about the distance they need to travel out, it's almost looking like 1552 meters, which is pretty much a good distance. If you don't have a vehicle, you can cause a lot of trouble, but if you have vehicle, this will not cause you a lot of trouble. But talking about the Potato Hill, this is secured by team B4. Well, for now they are three men standing. They haven't secured any finish point yet, and playing with those one man disadvantage, I think this can give you a little difference in overall standing. But if you are quite confident enough, I don't think it will cause a bigger trouble to you, because if we look at the timer, almost 6.5 minutes is over, which is a pretty good time to move forward with. Talking about the Primorsk region, well, for LKWT, Jana, Salma and Nizma is also surviving here right now with those four men standing and one finish point into their favor. Talking about the northern parts of the region, we can obviously see some decent rotation clashes there as well. It could be very much difficult, it could be very much challenging for both of the teams, but would they like to take those initial fights at those rotation clashes? Because I don't think it's going to be that much easy, I don't think it's going to be that much fluent enough. But there you go, you can take rotation clashes inside the zone, rather you'll enjoy outside the zone, but inside the zone it could be quite satisfying for both of the teams. But finally they have disengaged the fight, and team B4 finally they are stuck down in a particular compound with those three men standing into their favor, and a pretty decent start to move forward with, and a pretty decent aggression shown by few teams. Talking about Primorsk, which is a silent region, teams were here to take some initial fights, but finally they are looking very quiet and very silent for the time being. Well, between those things, I would also like to say, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, so please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this is the support which we are required from you guys. And if we talk about the like target, well, 20 will be the like target for the day. So if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. And talking about the zone formation, well, there you go, zone is totally shifted toward those eastern parts of the region, which almost looks like a very much difficult region to move forward for few teams which are already around those Primorsk, a very pure region. They should come inside those central parts, Melta Power and Novo Ripno, and get those amazing position and get those amazing skill set out of there. But Sky, Urod Bay, Sky Tokyo and Bashmax, they are still standing three men, and the push is already there from team number 7. I don't think they're that confident enough, or they're that sure to take this fight. Finally, some disengagement are being done. 9.5 minutes is almost getting over. Tokyo and Urud Boy, they are still waiting on, and the movement is pretty much decent to watch forward with. But talking about team S2, Virichu, Ali 7, Nifora and Freya, they are almost 4 men standing with those 1 finishes point into their favor. The first phase of the match, which almost looks like a 10 minutes around. Yes, 10 minutes is almost getting over, which is a pretty much decent time. And finally we can see some rotation clashes, some spark between the rotation, which could quite cause a trouble between the teams, which could cause some challenges between the players. But talking about Liquid 5 eSports, so they are looking in a great hole to move forward with. 4 men standing, they're already inside the zone. They could do some bridge blocks, some bridge camp scenario, and if they're lucky enough and if the zone shift towards the southern parts of the region, I think this could be very mesmerizing and very entertaining for all of our audiences. But onto the other end, Para has been taken down before Tiaga and Bandira. These are the last 2 players standing for the team, and the opponents, which means team MST, they're looking very much lethal. They have finally pushed down, having MP45 in his hand, getting some side jump shots. Will she able to take him down? This is the question. Surviving, switching towards those M416, moving for the second one. But Tagya, if I'm not wrong, she is the last player standing. MP45, she has reloaded the weapon, moving with those 35 bullets. I don't think Berry will get that chance, because Hazel, finally, she was totally phenomenal to watch out. And this team MST, they have secured the 3 finishes point without getting a single player lost into their favor. And this was a great start, and a great start for the day, great start for this match as well. Similarly, talking about another team, so team number 9, they're also looking in a great hold and a great progression to move forward with. But there comes Liquid 5 eSports. Ashi coming with that opening knock for the team, getting that top fragger name into her hand, gives a lot of confidence to the team. Moving for the second one, will she able to grab out those some more finishes point into her favor? Getting those Molotov onto right place can give some more confidence, but there she goes. I don't think she was prepared for this. Finally, Ashish has been taken down. Fury onto those some creative flank. It almost looks like a 1v3, and not gonna be that much possible for Kurapika. Will be Ashi able to revive out there? This is also very important note to watch out. Some artificial smoke covers are being created right now. Some amazing holdable approaches are being done. Fury moving with that AKM, the lethal weapon. One good connection from this weapon, and I think player will be down, and there comes the good connection. Finally, she'll also get some cover fire, some support from the team, and this is what we call a perfect teamwork and a perfect communication coordination between the team. Total 3 finishes point have been taken down. 14 teams, 48 remaining players are being found out. But talking about the northern parts of the region, well, northern parts of the region is also very much crucial, also very much exciting to watch out. 12 and a half minutes is almost I think covered out, and which is a very good point to note down. But talking about the southern parts of the region, let's team Humble, Reds, Kiki, Megumi and Sophia. They are 4 men standing, haven't secured any finish point, and they're looking very much silent in this match. But talking about Liquid 5 eSports, that was a great start. First it was penalized by Yashi, then Fury came into the action, then MEOW. I think a total provoking of total skill set of teamwork, coordination and communication in this match was shown. But onto the eastern parts of the region, this is also looking very much challenging. 13 and a half minutes is almost over. It's team Jacqueline, Dave, Fiaz, they are 3 men standing with those 0 finishes point into their favor, which is also a very good hold to maintain forward with. But talking about the zone formation, well, zone formation is almost very much crucial. If it shift towards those Nova Ripana regions, I think team Liquid 5 eSports, which is crossing the roads, which is crossing the path right now, I think they should wait for the time being, and some early rotation could cause them trouble if they're not lucky enough. But if they're lucky enough, zone could also shift towards those shelter regions, and there you go, the zone shift is totally towards the northern parts of the region. And there you go, Catalin, MEOW, Fury and Ashi is moving towards the rotation with those early rotation into her hand. Talking about the teams outside the zone, it's a team MST, Hazel, Berry, Shazdi. They are 4 men standing. They have also secured those 3 finishes point into their favor. 14 teams, 48 players are still surviving right now. 15 minutes, which is pretty much 60 to 70% of the Game 1 is almost getting over, and there you go, some rotation clashes can be seen, some gunshots, some gunfire shots are being seen right now, and this fight is almost looking like a 1v3, which is not that doable, which is not that practical or logical enough for the opponents really able to survive it out. And there you go, Shazdi looking very much confident enough. I don't think this was that much possible, but Berry and Misty Hazel instant support, instant cover fire was given, and this fight is finally back in action. Team number 12 got a very much good support from their side as well. Two players has been eliminated, I'm sorry, one player has been eliminated and one player is being knocked down. Last two players standing, the whole responsibility is on the shoulders of Penny MVP and Lena. Lena is not looking in a great hold, having PP19 Bison in her hand can give him a lot of responsibility, but this is not going to be that easy. Some initial smoke covers has been created, and finally Lena has been taken down. Penny MVP, the last player standing, getting a good cover fire from her hand. AKM, the lethal weapon, coming in back in action, but Berry getting those creative flank at those right time, right point will change the game, will change the result. And finally, Team MST, they will win this fight with those 7 finishes pointed into their favor without losing a single player, and that we call what we call a perfect performance into the side. But talking about Humble, Reds, Kiki, Benjamin, and Sophia, almost they are 4 men standing with those 0 finishes pointed to their favor. They are almost on top 13 teams, top 44 alive players, and getting a good holdable doable approach to watch out. Misty, Berry, Sazdi, and Hazel, they are looking very much strong enough, they are looking very much holdable enough. Eastern patch is also very much crucial to move forward with Baby, Luffy, and Luna. They are 3 men standing with those 4 finishes point into their favor, and let's see how will they move forward. 16 and a half minutes is almost getting over. Talking about the southern parts, Team Humble has already secured those southern parts of the region, and some early rotation will always give you that opportunity, that momentum to move forward with. But this is what we were talking about, this is what we were waiting for, and finally the teams are proclaiming the results at those right point and right time. Well, 13 and a half minutes, I'm sorry, 16 and a half minutes is almost over. 13 teams of 44 players are looking very much strong enough right now. If we talk about the zone central part, is almost secured by team number 20. They are looking for men standing, haven't secured any finish point in the first knock. Megumi, she has been taken down. 13 teams, 44 players are standing right here, getting those right approachable points onto the right favor. KWT, Nizuma, Zana, and Salma, they are also standing looking in a great hold, great approach to move forward with Sophia, Kiki, and Reds. They are also looking in a great stand. But talking about the southern parts of the region, is also looking very much strong. US Serena and Fia VIP looking 4 men standing. I think this fight could take some time, this fight could be very much indulging to move forward with. But Prison, this is the only region which is looking like a zone central part and acquired by team number 10, Team REL. They haven't secured any finish point, and they haven't they're not having any a 4-man strong advantage as such. But yeah, this could create a trouble. 18 minutes is almost over. Talking about the western parts of the region, it's Team S2, Virichu, and Alice, Shreya, and Finforo. They are 4-men standing with those 1 finish point, almost on top 13 teams, almost on top 44 alive players as we can see. And if we talk about the northern parts of the region, there you go, Team Ari is having those height advantage, moving with that EMP45. The first opening knock could be done from Sonia, but no, she was looking better half was overconfident. Talking about Logica, moving with that M416 and trying to get some grenade on point, will try to challenge the game, will try to challenge this fight, but grenade was not on that point. Luna getting some damage onto the other side. Logico having a great responsibility right now. Talking about Lirola CHI, she is playing a part, getting some more, creating flank, and I think she could get that opening knock. No, the position is totally revealed. Lirola CHI looking in a great trouble. Will she able to escape? And I don't think she will able to escape. She would able to escape. Finally, she'll be out of the game and out of the lobby as well. The 13 teams, 39 players, 19 minutes is almost getting over. Talking about the southern parts of the region, team 20, team humble. The name is quite humble enough, but will be they humble with their opponents? This is the question right now. AKM, which is a very lethal weapon, one good connection and the player is totally out of the gaze. Hazel, a Mystery, these are the two players standing. They have secured 9 finishes point. 13 teams, 37 players are standing right now, and in front of them, that was very much quick. The opponents are wiped out, and team number 4, they're also waiting around the zone, and their back-to-back zone shift and the back-to-back zone new formation are giving a lot of challenges to the team. And talking about Liquid 5 eSports, what an amazing rotation to watch out. They're totally on those eastern parts of the region. The IHL is playing very much phenomenally. Amazing rotation, amazing hold connection, and finally they are inside the zone. Talking about the northern parts of the region, MEOW, I think team MEOW, Baby, Fluffy and Luna, they are 3 men standing with those 4 finishes point. Team number 11 also looking in a great stance, also looking in a great progression to move forward with southern parts. I think team 4L, they are looking in a challenge. Zana and Luna has been taken down. Salma, KWT are the last 2 players standing. They have secured those 3 finishes point into their favor. 10 teams, 32 remaining players are still standing out down the line. Talking about team MST, looking very much dangerous, very much lethal right now. I didn't think this position could be secured, but Shazdi and Hazel, they are still waiting on, and the positioning could be very much difficult. The positioning could be very much challenging for the teams and players. If we talk about KWT, Zana and Salma, they're looking in a great position. 3 finishes point has been secured, moving with that great intent, moving with that a great approach to move forward with. Hazel is still waiting on some initial grenades, could make some initial connection as well. Well, I don't think so. This could be that possible. The AKM shots are being taken. AKM shots are being action. Moving with that AKM, 30 bullets is still remaining down. Talking about team number 4, looking a great start to move forward with 10 teams, 30 players on an average. Each team will contain 3 players, which is totally devastating to move forward with, because if you have those man advantage in end zone, it could always be very much difficult for any team and very much difficult for yourself as well. Some early rotation, team 4L will win that fight. They will secure 5 finishes point in overall, but lose 1 player, and I think this will cause a lot of trouble at those end zone. But team NL, they are ready to play that hide and seek, but that was an amazing grenade from Clay. I think the grenade was on totally on point, and Luna, she's also very much ready to play that hide and seek game. But the opponents, if I talk about team number 9, they are not ready to hold. They're not ready to be that quiet enough right now. They are looking very much aggressive and very much ready to hunt their enemies, to hunt down their praise. But talking about Ashish, she has been taken down. The first knock against team Liquid 5 eSports is of Ashi. The another 2 players, if we talk about Fury, Catalin and MEOW, these are the 3 players standing for the team. Top 9 teams, top 26 alive, top 25 alive players, as we can see, are totally very much ready. Ashes, Use, GG, LH and FIA VIP. These are the 4 players standing with those 6 finishes point in their favor. 7 teams, 21 players. Fury is getting some tap shots. GG Juice is totally very much offended and rendering down. Ari Sonia is still waiting down the ground, and this position is very much crucial. You can be attacked from any point of the game, any point of the side, and challenges could differ a lot. But on to the other end, talking about Serena, well, Serena, Elifs and FIA VIPs, Use, GG are still 4 men standing with those 7 finishes points. 7 teams, 20 players are being alive right now, and some amazing game-changing, game-turning performance could be seen. Logica and Sonia are still waiting on. 2 men standing with those 0 finishes point, and finally the teams are on the top 7 teams and top 19 players. Well, similarly, if we talk about the northern parts of the region, well, team number 9 looking in a great hold. Flex, Cali, Nelly and Livala and Lesky. Well, these are the 4 players standing with those 6 finishes point into their favor. 7 teams, 18 players are still standing right now. 23 or 24 and a half minutes is almost getting over. And talking about the teams, total 7 teams, 18 players are surviving. If we talk about the Average, well, average is looking almost like 2 players per team, and which is very much, devastating, which is very much decreasing. As we talked about earlier, 3 players per team were alive, and this has finally decreased a lot and could be very much crucial, very much challenging for each and every team. But team number 4, they're looking 3 men standing at this point, which means they're attaining those finishers point, they're attaining those man advantage, they're attaining those devastating coordination between the teams. But 10 finishes point, I don't think they are satisfied with this finishes point. They're looking for some more finishes point. Talking about team number 16, 5 finishes point, they are also looking 3 men standing, and the approach is pretty much simple. Talking about the northeastern parts of the region, this is also a difficult region to move forward. Nelly, and if I'm not talking about Divala, Voloski, Flex, Kali, these are the 4 players standing with those 6 finishes points. Some amazing shots are being taken, M416 shots have been taken, and team number 4 not looking in a great hold, not looking in a great progression to move forward with. Dolphia, VIP, Sarina, and Ellipse. Well, these are the 3 men standing with those 11 finishes point into their favor. 4 teams, 11 remaining players. Talking about the northeastern parts of the region, this is also very much crucial and challenging. Kalai, Nelly, Lavana, and Volaski are still maintaining the same position, maintaining the same hold. 25 to 26 minutes is almost getting over, and back to back, the eliminations are being casted out. 4 teams, 10 players. Let's make a guess which team will get that winner chicken dinner. It's gonna be very much important. It's gonna be very much crucial for the team, and the chat is very much active as well. I would love to see that, guys. If you support your favorite team, do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. But there comes the phenomenal spray from Fluffy, and that was not a Fluffy spray, that was a very pinpoint rocket spray from Fluffy, and she is trying to get some more finishes point. 4 teams, 9 players, as we can see from each and average team. We can see 2 players alive, and finally if we talk about team number 9, 4 to 4 players are still surviving. 1 player has been taken down, and finally the revive has been done. And if we talk about Nelly, finally Nelly is going with that 1 more finish point. Kali has been taken down. 2 teams, 6 players. This looks like a 1v4, and there you go. Baby is being that last player standing. Will she able to get that clutch? Will she able to get that 1v4? This is very much important to move forward with. And finally she is moving with that EMP45, hyping those 35 bullets, moving for that 1v2. And no, I don't think it's gonna be that much easier possible. She'll miss that chicken dinner, and team Ellen, they will get that winner chicken dinner with almost. We talk about the finishes point. It's a 15, I'm sorry, it's a 8 plus 5, 13 finishes. I'm sorry, 13 finishes point into the backpack, which was very much important, very much crucial for the teams. 6 finishes point has been secured by team MEOW. Anil has got 3 finishes point into their favor. If we talk about Team Ari, they haven't secured any finish point. Liquid 5 eSports, they have secured 5 finishes point, and the game was very much mesmerizing. But this is not it, guys. This is the first match of the day. We'll take a short break, and we'll meet up after a short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, finally I welcome you all to the stream. And this is the second match of the day, and the map is totally, being presented in front of us by Liquid 5 Esports, and your caster for the day is Eagle. But before we start, I would love to request each and everybody to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. And if we talk about the teams, if we talk about the players, total 18 teams and 71 players are here, as we can see in the lobby. And talking about the Lipot of Miramar, which matters a lot, starting from those southwestern parts of the region, ending towards those northeastern parts of the region. A pretty decent fly path to watch out, and similarly, we can see a lot of drop clashes. Similarly, we can see a lot of rotation clashes as well here. But talking about the fly path, well, that is a decent fly path to watch out. Diagonal fly path, a little biased toward those western part, and similarly, if we talk about the first zone formation, just totally shifted toward the eastern parts. And if we move towards the just guys, just I'll check is everything going all right on stream or not. Just tell me once, guys, is everything all right on stream or not? And I'm talking about Picado. Well, this is the heart of Miramar, and finally back-to-back team INT Rahofa and Ravan has been taken down. Hardlek or Apelika. Well, these are two players standing for the team. Last two players, in fact, standing for the team, having Micro Uzi hold in her hand, not trying to give any footstep to her opponents is very much important and very much crucial as well at the same time. 2.5 minutes is almost getting over. Talking about the other teams, 4L, KWT, Salma, Ninjuma, and Zana. Well, these are the four players standing for the team. They have secured one finish point into their favor. They're almost on top 18 teams, top 70 alive players. Talking about team number 10, looking in a great understandable approach. They're almost on the verge of losing one player, but is it possible to retain it? And finally they're looking like a 1v2, and I don't think it's going to be that much easy. It's going to be that much crucial for the teams, that much crucial for the players. Let's see how will they move forward. Let's see how will they play off and what will be their results, because the front foot, I think that's going to be very much crucial. That's going to be very much important for the teams and players as well. But Picado, this is looking very much difficult for the teams. This is looking very much challenging for the players and very much challenging for, I think, each and every players. And back-to-back Logico, Sonia, well, these players have been taken down. These players have been eliminated down. 3.5 minutes is almost getting over. And let's see how will they play off and what will be the results. Well, we see at the teams, 17 teams and 64 players are still surviving right now, and which is a pretty good much decent competition in the lobby, as we can see. But I don't think it's going to be that much easier. I don't think it's going to be that much possible by the teams, but possible by the players. So talking about team number 14, they are three men standing. They haven't secured any finish point yet. 4.5 minutes is almost getting over. Team Ari, last match was not that beautiful for the team, that was not that perfect for the team, but this match, I think they would love to get those finishes point. They would love to get those place point into their favor, onto this right position. Talking about team number 18, well, for LKWT, he's still waiting on EMP45 in his hand, moving with that same intention, moving with that same progressive approach. 4.5 minutes is almost getting over. Talking about the northern parts of the region, Hacienda del Patron, well, this region is pretty much difficult. This region is pretty much challenging, as we can see in front of them. It's team IS. There's a lot of gap, there's a lot of difference, as we can see, between the teams, and a pretty much long distance fight, a pretty much mid-range fight can be observed by the teams. Mid-range fight can be observed by the players as well. 17 teams, 64 players are still surviving in multiple drop clashes. Hacienda del Patron, San Martin, Picado, well, these are the region to watch out, where we can see a lot of entertainment right now. Well, 17 teams, 63 players are still surviving right now, and they're looking in a great hold. They're looking in a great approach to move forward with 5.5 minutes is almost getting over. Talking about Pecado, well, this is also a very decent region. This is also a very decent position to move forward with. 17 teams, 63 alive players, 2 finishes point has been secured, and still players and teams are moving with that same approach. Still players and teams are moving with that same progression to move forward. Well, 17 teams, 63 players are still standing out. Talking about those northern parts of the region, well, Team Allen, Mona, Luna, Zezi, and Mochi. Well, these are the 4 players standing from Team NL, and they are still holding on with those 1 finish point. 17 teams, 63 players going for that 1v1, and that was a great support from Mochi with that EMP 45-35 bullets. And finally, he is moving for the second one. Well, she able to get that finish point as well, because it's not going to be that much easier. Pretty much hide and seek gameplay has been played, and it could be very much difficult, and very much different challenges are being proclaimed out in front of you, and it could be very much crucial as well. 6.5 minutes is almost over. Players is trying to create some buffer, and finally Mochi will get that pick. Mochi will get some more finishes point, and some more sprays from far apart regions have been taken down. 7 minutes is almost over. The first zone shrink is been taken on, and talking about team number 18, they're also looking in a great hold. They're also looking in a great position to move forward with. Well, there you go with that same aggression, where you go with that same position. Nagma and Salma, well, these are the 2 players standing with the team. They have almost secured those 3 finishes point in their favor. 17 teams, 60 players are alive right now, and 7.5 minutes is almost getting over. But similarly, if we talk about the northern parts of the region, well, Mochi, Luna, and Zezi are still standing down. They have almost secured those 3 finishes point in their favor. Talking about the eastern parts of the region, this is also looking very much crucial. This is also looking very much challenging for the team, very much challenging for the players as well. 17 teams, 59 players are still standing out. Talking about Mafias, we're still waiting on Ploisai, Mafias, Daisy, and its local chain. Well, all of them are 4-man standing, looking with a great approach. And the second zone shrink could be really back in action, could be really back in transaction. Let's see how will that get some result, how will those team get some results. But before that, guys, I'll request just one thing to you guys. Please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. Mafia, I think they are back in action. They are trying to create some more space outside the region, and finally the connection is that Team Daisy will get those finishes point in front of them. And finally the perfect roll, the perfect proclamation of teamwork and coordination has been seen by team number 12. I think they were ready for their third party surprise attack, and finally they are moving with that same aggression. Renta 444 is still waiting on. Renta 444 is still moving forward. Talking about Liquid 5 eSports, they're not trying to create the fights right now. Right now they are 4-man standing with those 0 finishes points. 16 teams, 54 players, 9.5 minutes is almost over, which is a very decent proclaiming time to watch out. Well, 16 teams to 54 players, as we can see, are still arrived right now. And talking about the fights, well, southwestern parts of the region is looking very much crucial. Southwestern parts of the region is looking very much challenging. Team IHC with those 4 finishes point, they're almost 3-man standing. They're almost on top 15 teams, top 51 alive players. Northern parts of the region are gonna be still very much crucial. Northern parts of the region gonna be still very much challenging. Yagi, XQ, 1 tap, and Dinzar, they're almost 4 men standing, haven't secured any finish point and getting that great progressive approach, getting that great progressive finishes point. 10 and a half minutes is almost getting over. But this fight is almost looking like a typical Miramar one with that 4v4 where some people are above the ground, some people are down the ground, and multiple actions, multiple fights could be seen. Soy is still having grenades, trials is still having some connections, still having some progression to move forward with. 10 and a half minutes is almost getting over. Talking about Lenelli and Navla, Ischius and Kolaski, well, they're also 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point. They're almost on top 15 teams. They're almost on top 49 alive players. Let's see how will they play off and what will be their results. But talking about Jacqueline, he's also trying to create some more amazing tap shots, some more amazing connections, and almost this fight look like a typical tripod fight where three different teams are trying to initiate those fights. Multiple teams are trying to initiate those connections. 11 and a half minutes is almost over. Talking about Picado, well, Picado is also very decent region to watch out for. Jana, Nagma, well, these are the 2 players standing for the team, and let's see how will they play off and what will be the result. But Liquid 5 Esports, MEOW, Cantalin, Floor and Fury, well, these are the 4 players standing for the team with 0 finishes point. Ashi dead or what? No, for now time being Ashi is not playing, if I'm not wrong, guys. So I don't think she is playing, but if she would be playing from any other team, just inform me, I'll spectate her as well. Oral, Nagma, Jana, these are the last 2 players standing for the team. Picado, which is the concrete in place, which is secured by Nagma and Jana for the time being, and the opponents surviving here is I8 Sana. So this could be pretty much difficult fight. It's almost looking like a 1v2. But on to the other end, if we talk about the northern parts of the region, well, this is secured by team LNK. It's NCS, Diavla, Ellie, and none other than Owl Sky. 4 men standing with those 2 finishes point in their favor. They're almost on top 15 teams, top 46 alive players. 12 and a half minutes is almost over. And before that, I would also like to see it, guys, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, share this stream with your mates, and do show your support as well. 12 and a half minutes is almost getting over, which is a pretty much decent time to watch out, and I don't think this will be much enough. You need to get some more finishes point from here as well. Well, on to the other end, if we talk about the southern parts of the region, this is also looking very much crucial and challenging. Biforana, Batgia and Pantira, these are the 3 players standing for the team. They haven't secured any finish point yet. 15 teams, 46 players are still standing right now. They're still holding a great approach. They're still holding a great progression to move forward with. 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point into their favor. They're almost on top 15 teams. They're almost on top 46 alive players as well. But onto the other end, if we talk about team S2, they're still holding on. They're still waiting on. They haven't secured any finish point. Moving with that slow steady approach, moving with that slow and steady movement into their side. This is also very much important. And 13 and a half minutes is almost over. Let's see how will they play off, and let's see how will they move forward from here as well. A lot at the other end, 15 teams and 45 players are still standing out. Liquid 5 Esports, MEOW, Catalan, Floor and Fury are still standing down the ground. Talking about the zone central parts of the region, BB1 tap still standing, and it's looking like almost 1v4. Not gonna be that much easy, not gonna be that much crucial for the teams, not going to be that much potentialized. Let's see how much skill set does this players hold on. One tap, let's see, will he able to get that tap shots, or he will be able to get those some amazing sprays, putting forward in FPP mode. Not gonna be that much easy. EMP45 a pretty much decent and pretty much crucial weapon to move forward with, and finally some amazing sprays have been done. The surprise attack was not that on point, and 15 and a half minutes is almost over. Last 30 seconds remaining down the line to get inside the zone, otherwise you would be in a very great trouble. The zone damage would be very much lethal to each teams, to each players. I think it's gonna be very much disturbing. It's gonna be very much crucial. Liquid 5 esports, well, Catalan, Floor, Fury are still momentalized out, are still planning out to move forward with. But on to the other end, if we talk about the southeastern parts of the region, Humble Earth, Sofia, it's MEOW. They are almost 3 men standing. They have also not secured any finish point with those any non-momentum, but talking about those Sky region, well, Sky, Rosex, Bashman, Sirida and Tokyo, they're almost 4 men standing. They have almost not secured any finish points. The game is going very slow, very attentively by the players, very attentively by the teams, and it could be partially challenging, it could be partially chaotic, difficult for the teams. It could be partially out of the rage for the players, out of the rage for the teams. But if we talk about the southwestern part of the region, team S2G, they're looking in a great hole, they're looking in a great progression to move forward with, and let's see, will they able to get some more finishes point, or they'll stop with that slow and steady approach right now. Well, beneath those things, I'll also request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and similarly do show your support as well to the Liquid 5 esports. But talking about the zone central parts, it's almost looking very much challenging. If we talk about Miss Fitty, if I'm not wrong, the name is very much difficult to pronounce out, but MST is NXS Mustafy. She's been that solo player standing, and I think it's gonna be very much challenging for her as well. It's almost looking like a 1v3 or a 1v4, which could be very much crucial, because this zone, this region is only a particular region where she could play that hide and seek game right now, and the new zone formation is totally ready in front of you, in front of your team as well. And let's see how will they go on, what will be the results. And talking about Divala, well, Divala is also looking in a great hole. Divala is also looking in a great stand to move forward. 18 minutes is almost over, and let's see how will they play off. Talking about the southern parts of the region, S2G, Elena, MVP, Renta, Mary, and Pania MVP. Well, they are almost 4 men standing and trying to create those buffer around the zone, trying to create those buffer around the zone, end zone areas. Not gonna be that much easy. But onto the other end, if we talk about MST, NXR, Rosa, she's moving with that AKM, finally trying to get some more finishes point. Hazel has been taken down, Rosa has been taken down. Shazdi now being that solo player standing for the team, will she able to get that 1v3, get that clutch out of her favor? This is very much important, but the luck was not in her favor. Last 12 teams, last 40 alive players, and almost 19 minutes is over, which is a pretty decent time to watch out. And now the fight is totally back in action, and one-on-one there are multiple fights which we can see in a time being. Between those things, I would also love you guys to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support, because it becomes very much important for the teams, it becomes very much important for the players. Talking about Humble, well, Humble, Megamim and Sofia, well, these are the 3 men standing with those 0 finishes pointed in the favor. They're almost on top 12 teams, top 35 alive players as well, getting a great hold, getting a great position out of their favor. Liquid 5 esports, Fury, Cantalan and MEOW are still standing down. If we talk about those eastern parts of the region, Sky, Bashmash and Pro Boy, Tokyo, Rosex, they are still standing on, and it could be very much difficult. it could be very much challenging as well. Talking about Team IHC, Engage, Maksaja, Rita GS, they're almost 3 men standing with those 4 finishes point. 12 teams, 37 players are still standing out. 20 minutes is almost getting over. But similarly, if we talk about the eastern parts of the region, this is also very much crucial. Rose X, Pro Boy, and Tokyo. Well, these are the last players standing. 12 teams, 36 players, and let's see how will they perform out and how will they play off. And I don't think it's gonna be that much easy. It's gonna be that much crucial. But will this heal battle work out? Will this heal battle will be in the favor of Tokyo? This is the question. And finally getting those high advantage into favor, I think he will probably get inside the zone luckily and get a good position out of it. 20 minutes is over, and there you go. Zone is coming with that heart shift, and multiple teams will get troubled out right now because maximum of maximum teams is outside of the zone, and this is totally unphenomenal and totally, you know, unpractical to get inside the zone within a snap. But talking about Team S2Y, well, I don't know why they are outside of the zone right now. Some early rotation could always give them a upper hand, but finally they are going for those finishes point. Some amazing finishes point are being done with those AKM into the favor, AKM into the shots. Molotov, well, this is also coming back in action. Molotov with L, this is also coming back in progression. 20 to 21 minutes is almost over. Some grenades, some throwables have been done. Let's see how will they perform out. Let's see how will they play off. But there you go, some amazing connection, some amazing on-point grenade by it's Nifora. That was a golden hand grenade from her side. And finally the connection was very much crucial. But multiple fights, as I said, have been taken down at those western parts of the region, at those eastern parts of the region, at those northern region, southern region. Each region is looking very much clusterifying and very much challenging. But 20 to 21 minutes is almost over, and let's see how will they play off. Talking about the southern parts of the region, Linkiers, Lely, and it's then one more player, it's Daivala. He's also looking with that great hold. 4 finishes point has been taken down. 7 teams, 22 players have been survived on an average. Each team will get almost those 3 men standing into the favor, and this is going to be very much crucial and very much important as well. Beneath those things, I would also love to request, guys, I would also request to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, let's share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. 20 to 23 minutes is almost over. Some amazing rotation clashes, some vehicle explosions, some vehicle burst can be seen. 6 teams, 17 players, and there you go. If we talk about Mikasa GG, she has spotted the opponents. She has spotted the holdings. If we talk about team number 5, they're also looking in a great hold to move forward with, and there you go, some phenomenal amazing sprays have been done. Mikasa GS has got those holdable approaches. Mikasa GS has got those operational approach. Jesse and Mona and Mochi, well, these are all 4 men standing with those 7 finishes point into their favor, and that what we call a perfect execution. Mona is still holding that same approach. Mona is still holding that same progression. Talking about the southern part of the region, Linkius and Nelly, I think she's still holding on, still waiting on with that slow and steady approach, with that slow and steady mindset. But 23 to 24 minutes is almost over, which is a pretty good time to move forward with. But on to the other end, if we talk about Nifora, she's still waiting on, still moving on, and let's see how will they perform out. Let's see how will they maintain out the same progression. If we talk about Exin GS, she's also waiting. 7 finishes point has been secured. 5 teams, 15 players, and still the averages of 3 player per team, which is totally dedicated, which is totally maintained and mentioned that each team will have 3 players, which is very much devastating, which is very much challenging for every team. But right now we talk about Mochi. She is outside the zone, and she needs to get cleared the zone and get inside the zone for each and every team. Similarly, on to the other end, if we talk about the southern parts of the region, well, southern parts of the region is also looking very much challenging, also looking very much crucial for the teams, also looking very much crucial for the players. Mikasa GS is still waiting on, is still holding on. Rita GS, as we can see, she's also holding a great progressive approach, a great progressive stand to move forward with. But this compound, I don't think it's gonna be that doable enough. Some amazing grenades and some amazing throwables have been done. Mikasa is moving with that EMP45, and the Molotov I think this could be very much difficult, and finally, within a snap, team number 9, they have been eliminated, and finally, we are on top 3 teams, top 8 alive players. 25 minutes is almost over. Liquid 5 esports, they have almost secured those 5 finishes point, I'm sorry, 9 finishes point is the favor, in which 5 finishes point is secured within a snap just now, as we can see in the kill feed. But it's not going to be that easy. The chicken dinner is still far away, and this team is still holding those 3 men strong advantage, so I think they could create a lot of trouble for other team as well. Let's see, let's wait and watch that which team will get that winner chicken dinner. This is going to be very much important and very much crucial for each and every team. But right now, if we talk about team number 8, they're totally coming inside the zone from open grounds. In fact, Cataline, she has been spotted out as well, and if any player of Liquid 5 esports is spotted down and taken down, I think it could be trouble. And finally, Floor is onto the floor, and the pressure is totally on Liquid 5 esports. If this smoke artificial cover will not work out, I don't think this would be possible for this team to survive here. Right now, 3 teams, 7 players. Talking about Luna, so still moving forward, but as being the last player, as being the lone ranger, I think the most beneficiary option is that you should wait, that you should survive and get those place point on this right spot here. 26 minutes is almost over, and back to back 2 players, if I'm not wrong. First Floor, and now MEOW has been taken down. Catalan trying to get some more finishes point. Finally, she has been taken down. Liquid 5 esports is now down the ground and has been eliminated within a snap. Luna has been the solo player standing, getting the first knock. Will she able to get that second knock? No, not gonna be that easy. I was expecting a clutch out of here, but it's not gonna be that easy. And finally, Team IHC, they will get that winner chicken dinner. That was a totally mesmerizing, challenging performance to move forward with. But similarly, if we talk about the finishes point, the chicken dinner team IHC will get almost those 14 finishes point into the favor, which is totally very much maximum to move forward. And similarly, other teams also played very much well. But before that, I would also love to please request you all to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. Till then, we'll take a short break and we'll meet towards you our last match of the day. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, finally here we are coming back with the third match, and which is the last match of the day. The match is going to be very much exciting, and the match is also going to be very much challenging for each and every team right now, right here. But before we start, please, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream as well. And similarly, if we talk about the players, if we talk about the teams, well, this is going to be very much exciting for each and every one. As we all know, Sanhok is a very smaller map as compared to the other maps. So the fights is very much going to be commensurate fight. The fight's going to be very much challenging. But talking about the northeastern parts of the region, well, team number 11, Team S2, Virtue, Alice, 24 and Frey. Last match was very much exciting for the team, and I hope they'll play with that same potential. They will play with that same aggression in this match as well, and I don't think it's going to be that much easy and that much forceful for the team, forceful for the players right now. But if we talk about some major drop clashes, some major drop clashes can be seen around those region, Pine and regions. As we can see, team number 12 is right now alone in this region. Even I'm pretty much surprised to see Bootcamp as well. Bootcamp is also not looking that sophisticated enough. Only one team is there, which is team INT. They are 4 men standing, no drop clash, no gunfight, and no finishes point. Similarly, if we talk about team number 7, they're also looking 4 men standing without any finish point into their favor. So each and every team is getting their potential. Each and every team is getting their hold into their momentum. 2.5 minutes is almost over, which is a very good time to move forward with. But talking about the southern parts of the region, the first fight of the day, the first fight of the last match can be seen here as well. Multiple teams are standing out of the progression, multiple teams are standing out of the hold. So yeah, the challenges could be in action, the challenges could be in momentum. But talking about the other teams, talking about the other players, northern parts, well, this is also a region to worry out. This is also a region to, challenge out and accept those holdings, accept those momentums, and accept those position. But on to the other end, talking about the southern parts of the region, this is also looking pretty much crucial. This is also looking pretty much challenging. New baby. We're still waiting on Fluffy, MEOW, and Luna. Well, these are 3 men standing with those 0 finishes on point in their favor. Luna is still waiting on. She has already lost 1 player from the team, so the surprise attack could cause a lot of trouble. But with this weapon, I don't think QBZ will work a lot without a scope. But finally, it has worked out. The first knock, and I think Luna should wait there to get some more finishes points. She's trying to create those buffer out of there, and finally she's knocked out. I don't think that was a perfect execution of your plan. But this was not it. 18 teams, 67 players are still standing out. 3.5 minutes is almost over. Talking about the northern parts of the region, S2I, Nafara, AIS, and Freya, well, they are still standing on. 4 men standing with that same aggression and same progression. But talking about the southern parts of the region, there you go, team NLZ. They have finally secured those finishes point. In total, 4 finishes point has been secured by the team. 17 teams, 65 players are still standing on the line and down the progression. And finally, this was the great start from the team without losing any player. If we get those 4 finishes point, I think this is the start what we were talking for. The 17 teams, the 65 players, as we can see, are still standing down the line. 4.5 minutes is almost getting over. If we talk about Alice, Nefora, and Freya, they're also 4 men standing. They have also not secured any finish point yet. Talking about the southern parts of the region, Elena, Rental, Mary, 444, they're also 3 men standing. So each and every team is holding a great hold, is holding a great progression to move forward with. But onto the other end, if we talk about the other teams, if we talk about the other players, well, I don't think Paradise Resort is a good region to worry out, because multiple teams are moving there, multiple players are moving there, so we can see multiple fights as well. But talking about the southern parts of the region, team S2, well, they are trying to create some rotation clashes over there. They're trying to create some aggression, they're trying to create some challenges over there, and I think it's going to be very much important and it's going to be very much crucial as well. But talking about the other teams, talking about the northern parts, well, there you go, team MST playing those hide and seek becomes very much casual in Sanhok. We always talk about the holdable and slow and steady approach. I think this is the what game requires. This is what we talk about every time, and finally this is what we were talking about, and finally this is what we are getting. But southern part, there you go, team NLZ still trying to create some more finishes point, and there you go. I was not expecting a fight beneath the zone, fight outside of the zone, in fact in Sanhok, because it is a very fast map, multiple fights we can see which is totally inside the zone. And if you're trying to create fight outside of the zone, I don't think it's going to be that much worth it, because what we talk about the progression, what we talk about the aggression, and that could be seen inside the zone. If your zone is not in your favor, I think the game is not in your favor. You could be losing the game at any point of the time. But talking about team number 15, they're 3 men standing with 2 finishes point, and they're still trying to engage those fight. They're still trying to engagement, they're still trying that engagement into the favor, and I think it's going to be very much challenging. Talking about Vixie, he's still waiting on, he's still moving on, he's still moving on. Yagi, I think this could be pretty much crucial. This could be pretty much challenging for the teams and players. And finally, Jetsi has been taken down. Luna now being that solo player standing for the team, the last lone ranger surviving for the team. Let's see how will she survive. But generally we see a lot of heal battles, we see a lot of characterized battles over here, and this could be also struggling for the team. But what we talk about is zone central parts of the region, well, team number 20 totally 4 men standing with those 0 finishes point into the favor. They're almost on top 17 teams, they're almost on top 52 alive players, and the progression and aggression is totally into right manner to add those right position. But let's see what will be the results, and let's see what will be their momentum as well. But on to the other end, 7.5 minutes is almost over, and the region of Camp Alpha, generally it looks very much silent, but now they are looking very much progressive. I request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. 7.5 8 minutes is almost very much over, and it's a very much good time to move forward with. It's a very good aggressive hold by the teams. It's a very good aggressive position by the players to move forward with. Apart from Camp Alpha, I can't see anywhere else where is multiple rotation clashes, multiple drop clashes. But what we talk about team number 14, I think Ibasana, Iblunda, it's PST Cario and Bhavana. Well, they are 4 men standing with those 0 finishes pointed to the favor. They're almost on top 16 teams, top 49 alive players as well. Talking about the southern parts of the region, team S2, it's Jelinia, Rente and Mary 444. Well, they're almost 3 men standing with those 1 finishes pointed to the favor, and there you go, some multiple shots, some multiple sprays have been taken down. 8.5 minutes is almost getting over. Moving with that MP45 will cause them a lot of trouble, but almost if we look at the time, well, a pretty much decent time is moving forward. Getting that 1v2 clutch at this point is not going to be that easy. A pressurized scenario, 31 bullets left out, jump shot is coming down, and you should be get ready for that jump shot, and you should be tackling it by a drop shot. Well, multiple challenges could be created, but if we look at the timer, 9 to 10 minutes is almost getting over. And similarly, if we look at the players, it's almost looking like a 1v3, so challenges could be engaged at any point of the time. Well, similarly, I'll request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support with your friends, do show your support with your mates, because your support becomes very much important. And finally, Mary 444, she's been taken down, she has been eliminated, and finally some amazing connection could also be done. 15 teams, 46 players, 10 minutes is almost getting over. A good start was given, but if we talk about zone central parts, well, that central part is pretty much challenging. It's Camp Alpha Mountains region, it's Camp Alpha proclaiming region, and the teams is moving very steadily, very slowly, with all their holdable approach, with all their, I think, possible approach to get that winner chicken. And the most important thing, zone which requires this support, is not getting into their favor. But talking about team number 21, they're totally trying to engage the fight. I think trying to engage the fight outside of the zone is not that doable, but yeah, they can move very much steadily and very much possibly at the same time. If we talk about Humble Kiki, she was trying to get some more finishes point, moving with that AQM into her hand. Was not that much easy, but yeah, she's still trying the level best to get those finishes points. She's still trying to level best to get those finishes point. That grenade, I think this could be that suicidal grenade. Will that grenade make a good connection? Will that grenade make a good hold out of the play? This is the most important question to watch. And finally the first knock has been taken, going for the second one. AKM is a lethal weapon, but no, the area was not confined enough, and by the time the entry of team number 4 is also looking very much strong, is also looking very much proclaiming by the team, is also looking very much proclaiming by the players. But this is not it, guys. I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. But this region is totally being clusterified, is totally being looking very much challenging. Almost 3 to 4 teams are surrounded by this region, and still a very undoable approach to move forward with. On to the other end, if we talk about team number 4, they're also looking in a great hold. They're also looking in a great position. 12 and a half minutes is almost getting over. 14 teams, 37 players on an average. If we look forward, almost 3 players per team, as we can see. But Lefis has been taken down. Sariana and Bilal VIP are the last 2 players standing, and there you go. Sarina has been taken down. Fia VIP she's being that last player standing for the team, and I don't think it's gonna be that much easy for the player. And finally, the AKM shots are into action, and some amazing players have been taken down. Let's see how will they play off. Let's see how will they move forward. But onto the other end, if we talk about the zone central parts of the region, there you go. Hard luck, Ravan, Karaplika. Well, these are the 3 players standing, and finally some amazing shots. Thompson is not that markable weapon, but still they are performing outstanding. Well, let's see how will the players, let's see how will the teams perform out. And finally, if we look towards team INT, I think they played phenomenally, and finally they'll get this fight. But 11 teams, 31 players, as the average was of 3 players per team, I think that is totally fulfilled right now as well. And some amazing momentum, some amazing approaches are being done at the same time. But this is not it. You should be much ready for those aggression. You should be much ready for those progression at the same time. 13 and a half minutes is almost getting ready, which is a pretty decent time to watch out. Talking about the southern parts of the region, well, team IHC looking in a great hold. Mikasa, Victoria, Engage, GS, 3 men standing with those 3 finishes point into their favor. Also having a great position. 14 and a half minutes is almost over, but the game is moving in a great phase, in a great fast approach to move forward with. But talking about the northwestern part, S2Y, Nifora, Alice, Virtue, and Freya, well, these are the 4 players standing with those 1 finishes point. 11 teams, 31 players are still standing down the line. Southern parts of the region, if we talk about team IHC, Mikasa and Victoria, GS, Engage, GS are the last 3 players standing with those 3 finishes point. Amazing start was done by this team. But if we talk about the fight, well, Templo is Sai, he's been that solo player standing, and let's see will that going to make a big connection or not. Finally some connection has been done. Nelly is in action, damage has been taken on her. But if we talk about Lukwaxi, I think that grenade could be on point and could be make a lot of difference. If we talk about play Sai, well, play Sai is still waiting on, play Sai is still moving on, and some amazing holdable approaches have been done. Players are moving with that, the control of crowd, the control of area, especially the control of compound into their favor. This is what we require, this is what we apply for, maintain for. But what we talk about the southern parts of the region, well, southern parts of the region is also looking very much crucial. It's INT hard luck. Getting those grenade on point will make a lot of trouble. I think if this grenade would make connection, a 1v2, a 1v3 could be seen here. M416 in hand could make a lot of trouble. 10 teams, 27 players are still standing on. 15 minutes is almost left out, which is 50% of the time. More than 50 to 60% of the time is left out right now. And let's see how will they perform out. But team number 8, they're looking in trouble, because escaping out from here, we need the players having those height advantage. Your opponents are having height advantage. I don't think this would be possible at any point of chance. And there you go, hard luck finally has got that amazing 1v2, and a perfect jump shot is also being done. And the last player standing, Ravan, finally he'll get those finishes point. In total 8 finishes point has been put into the favor of team number 19. 8 teams, 23 players, 16 to 17 minutes is almost over, and a perfect execution, a perfect planning, plotting is done. And talking about team S2Y, they are looking at a great advantage. Finally, amazing spray by Nefora. 1 spray, 2 picks. This is what we call a perfect skill set. And finally is going for the third one. And the last player, Sonia, is standing right now. Will she able to get that clutch, or will she able to make that position known? If I talk about 2 players, well, Sonia and Larol CHI, well, both of these are standing right now, and they have secured only 4 finishes point. The damage of the zone is very much lethal for both of the teams. But there you go, team number 11 is trying to get inside the zone, and the revenge is taken by Sanya. Finally, Sonia will get those finishes point. 4 finishes point into her favor. 7 teams, 14 players on average. If we talk about those players and teams ratio, I think it's almost look like a 2v1. Each team will consist of 2 players, which is not that good. We will not see that level of gunfights at what we talk about those early phases, especially in Miramar and Erangel. But what we talk about the third match, Sanok, it's always a liberal match to move forward with. Players play with a lot of hope to get a comeback. The maps of comeback as we talk around. But there comes the heal battle. Some amazing heal battle could be seen. Dual first aid is having by Selma, and some more amazing heal battle can be seen at by Leoral CHI. 26 first aid is still onto the roll on that top 6 teams. But what we talk about the vehicles, well, it's BV1 tap. I think the vehicle is very much astonishing to watch out, but still the most important thing, how will you get those survival points? This becomes very much important. And these 2 players, Salma is having 8 first aids and Leoral is having 20 first aids. Yes, 22 first aids. So the heal first aid battle, I think this could be a little bit troubling. I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. But beneath those things, 19 minutes are almost over. Some amazing heal battle could be seen, but let's see which team will vote out, which team will win this battle. 2 teams, 5 remaining players, and the last player, if I'm not wrong, it's almost looking like a 1v4. No, it's almost looking like a 2v3. So it could be very much crucial and very much challenging for the teams and very much challenging for the players as well. But a 2v3 battle at those end zones, especially at those height disadvantage, I think that will cause a lot of trouble. That will cause a lot of challenge to the teams and challenge the players. 19.5 minutes is almost over. Nelly will get spotted down and will get eliminated ASAP, and I don't think this will be very much crucial. I don't think this will be very much important for the team, and the circumstances of getting down the ground is totally been seen. And team INT, if I'm not wrong, they're playing just phenomenally. Again, a chicken dinner. What we talk about the finishes point, well, they've almost secured if we talk about the finishes point, it looks like a 12 finishes point game, which is totally phenomenal to watch out. Talking about team LN, they also got those 6 finishes point in the favor, and the most valuable player, if I'm not wrong, Nelly is gonna be that player with those 5 elimination into a backpack. Some back-to-back amazing sprays, some back-to-back amazing actions are being done out, but this is not it, guys. This is the first day. We'll get to see some back-to-back action in upcoming 2 days as well. So I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support. Till then, we'll take a short break and we'll meet you. Short break is just for almost about 24 hours. So we'll meet you tomorrow sharp 9:30. Stay tuned and keep supporting us.